I know I'm not going insane. Because we all know I am a little kooky, right?
Yeah.
In a good way. And anyways, there's a man in the prison system that I told you about that he was up for parole and he keeps getting turned down. You know I fight the Ruthless Ohio Parole Board. And there's 2 laws in Ohio now, and there should only be 1. Because there's no such thing as equality for some and not for all, correct?
Right.
And if you were sentenced a day before, 1996, you got 1 sentence, and now you would get way less time. Anyways, this man has no hands, no feet. They've removed him because he's so sick behind bars. And the system still says his loved one just wants to, like, spoon feed him. And, he's dying, basically. And can he come home? And still they're saying, no, he's a danger to society.
Of course he is. He has no hands and no feet.
Is he going to come? And I know. I mean, these are the kind of cases that make me crazy. Because why are the taxpayers paying $50 grand a year?
I know.
Yeah, $50 grand a year for his housing. Plus, he's been ready to be up for parole, and they keep turning him down. And then, with all his medical bills, and sadly, we know...
He could be treated out of the system cheaper than he is in the system.
Yeah, couldn't they put some sanctions on him? I mean, he already has no hands and feet. They're planning on removing his legs.
He's not going anywhere, and he's not going to hurt anybody.
No.
It's silly.
It's silly. So this is, and like I told you, there's a statute in Ohio where simply, if you're terminally ill and you're behind bars, usually you're older. There's 4,400 elderly inmates behind bars right now living under old law, out of order. Anyways, and you get terminally ill, the prison system will let you out. Now, if suddenly, I'm not trying to be a smart ass, but he would grow, his hands and feet and legs back. And
I don't see that happening.
Not have the cancer that's making him lose all these limbs, then he could, then the system would put him back in the prison. But it's like a compassionate release when you're that sick, and then if you suddenly go into remission, the prison system takes you back.
He's not going to go into remission.
He's not going to. Sadly, he's just not going to, and he's paid his price. He's lost he's losing limb by limb back there because that happens to a lot of inmates in the system.
They save money by letting the guy go. He's not going to hurt anybody. He's not a threat to society.
Right.
It's stupid.
That's the kind of cases that just make me want to go totally kooky. And I had to express myself. We just tried to call the 2 activists that are working on his case so they could specifically give me even more details. I've been reading the files, but I have my own caseload. So at the end of the day, it's just very frustrating. Thank you for letting me know that I'm not totally insane.
She's not totally insane, but...
Not totally insane. All right, you big wig with that flat screen TV and stuff.
Family Guy.
In prison? That football head right here?
Football head.
Yeah, I used to go, his name's Stewie, and I would do an impression of my brother Brian, like, geez, Amy, like, you can reduce the United States prison population, but you can't get my furniture back from that guy that you dated that can't stand you now. Like, Brian has this funny way of talking, and I would do it. All my friends and the correction officers wanted me to do impressions of my brother, my younger brother, and they all said he sounds like the football head guy.
Stewie, football head guy.
Yeah, hands up for Stewie, cracking everybody up in prison, getting us through the bad times through laughter.